So next week's going to be, you're going to be jumping back to the hardcore resto video work on Tina G. Rumours around the gearbox failed. Well, you'll find out all about it, but we got through with some really intricate work. The sump pan was off. I was in with this hand. I could have done with one more hand really. There was tweezers, there was magnets, there was springs. All to do with a faulty park inhibitor and reverse light switch. Two types, folks. Watch it. Just sod's law that someone's about to do what I just did in the week that I'm going to be off. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview into that video. What happened was we're doing an LED conversion, or we're playing with LEDs. There's a lot of LEDs arrive. There's some left-hand drive headlamps arrive because the car's going abroad. These are left-hand drive units, but I've been experimenting with LED bulbs. A full hour video on that's coming out. If you've got a Mk3 Cortina and you're giving LEDs a consideration, you want to watch this film because I do the hard work, so you don't have to. We end up going all over the place. We hate, we love, we hate, we love, and eventually we settle in a place. Well, you'll have to see where we settled. Anyway, that was Tina G wanting to be light and bright on the roads for its big journey ahead that it's going to be doing very soon to warmer climates and fields afar, folks. So there's that going on, and we're juggling and we're shuffling with a huge stack of 8-tracks. Why now? Well, I'm well overdue sending Simone from Hookton Classics. Simone's got the TC mobile, the Mk3 Cortina City ex-estate car went to Simone, and she's got a channel called Hookton Classics. If you want to find it, then you put in Hookton Classics Simone and you'll get it. If you don't, you find classical music. Anyway, Andy the Lens, our in-house photographer and cameraman, who will be joining us on the trip, has given me his Stag radio to do, and it's a radio mobile, very nice one. Elton's in at the moment. Elton seems to be everywhere, doesn't he? But I'm not as big a fan as you might think. It's just that I happen to have done all my Elton tapes first. Talking of tapes, I found an Eagles tape. But guess what? The best tapes, they're always played the most, so this is pretty warm. But you do get it. We've got loads of 8-tracks. I've been building myself up a bit of a collection. This teak one at the bottom is very 70s here. We'll bring you in that in a minute. This one is a bit of a set 80s looking with its brushed aluminium. Then we've got a Simone's one in there that's been converted to Bluetooth. Then Andy, then Mk3, then look at this. CB radio, folks. Kindly supplied by Simone. Simone, did you know it works? I got a screwdriver for an aerial. 2.7 a copy. Anyone out there, come back. 2.7 a copy. Let's try 19. This is Paul Hardcastle. 1919 a copy. Is there anyone out there? In a rather apocalyptic way, the world is nothing but white noise. All the CB radio people gone. Are they out there? What do you know about CB radio? If we just keep it on in the background, like that film where there's a radio transmitter going, oh, it's about the end of the world. What was it? I can't remember the name of that film. It's a black and white film. I'm sure Anthony Hopkins is in it. And they're on a submarine, and Robert Mitchum, no, Cary Grant, I think, is it Cary Grant? That'll be a very interesting one to look up. There's this radio transmitter going on the other side of the world, and they think there's someone out there. You'll have to watch the film, it's great. I think it's called On the Shore, or on the Beach, I think it's called. Check it out anyway. Static! So we've got that job going on. We'll be back on the tech bench, just here. So back on Tina G's gearbox, back on Tina G's, oh, there's a prop shaft went on, all sorts. I mean, I've just looked at all the videos. There's got to be at least 10 hours worth of footage there for you in 1 hour segments. Not too long, although the LED light film's quite long. And the one I've just uploaded to Patreon, it's a 2 hour double bill special. So that's what's upcoming on the channel very soon, okay? Work our way through the 8 tracks. Been collecting more tapes, and of course you keep on going and getting, and getting the tapes, and the biggest breakthrough for me on the tapes, I just have to put my glasses on to remind me it's really real. I just cannot believe I've got this tape, folks. This is just, I mean, when you hear me read this tape out, when you hear me read this tape out, let me remind me, yeah. When you hear me read this tape, you're going to go, how did you win that one? It's got to be worth a fortune, and I got it for 50 pence. I mean, should have just put it straight back onto eBay and just quintuple my money. It's just going to be so, the money you could, because it's still in its cellophane wrapper. It's never even been played. This is the rarest 8-track. You want to know what it is? Come on and celebrate with me. It's Grimthorpe Colliery Band does Songs of Praise with a Grimthorpe Colliery Band. Can't you just wait? So there's that. There's some more tape reviews. I think that gets you up to speed. I'm going to take you through this stack here now, close up on the stack. We've been doing some more film work. I've been chucking in a couple of funny film clips as well. There's one at the beginning of this. Me messing about. It keeps you young. It stops you. You mustn't be too serious. If this channel is a bit too much crazy for you, it might not be for you, buddy. Well, that's a famous Puddings Fab Shop. Puddings Fab Shop. If you've not seen it, go across there. He's out in America. I love his channel. I just love his crazy antics. And he's got a great sense of humour. Puddings Fab Shop, all things American in Pot County. Great merchandise. He really knows how to make a good film. I've been learning a few tips and tricks from Puddings Fab Shop and nicking a few little bits here and there. Bit of poetic license, bit of plagiarism in there. Okay, so I think at the beginning of the Puddings video he goes something like, this channel's got some messing around in it, and this might not be for you, buddy. It's just great. I just like the way it's done. So there's that. We've got some more road trips. I've got filmed in the can. Some more roadside chats because they seem to be popular as well. I appreciate this is a chat in itself, introducing the films. This isn't supposed to be a chat, but it is. So Puddings Fab Shop, roadside chats, more road trips, the 8-track. We're going to mess with the CB and see if we can actually get anyone out there. I'm convinced we can. I think this is a worker. Although Andy Lenz has tipped me off that his brother might be able to help us, just making sure that everything's tickety-boo out there in CB land. Are we going to find anybody? I'll also take you across before this clip ends and show you Tina G's had an 8-track fitted, and it's gone in very nicely. If you've got a Mk3 Cortina and you're thinking of fitting an 8-track, stay with me on the channel because I'm going to take you through the whole process. Plus, I'll show you the one that seems to fit the best, although all of these are going to fit in the place that I'm going to show you. I found a perfect place in your Cortina Mk3 to fit an 8-track. And I've just tried it out. I've just been out on the road with the 8-track. We've had ABBA on, we've had Neil Diamond on, and we've had some great soul. I found a great soul tape. I'm not going to play it here. I might play it here in a sec. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and get that soul tape because it's just something else. You've never heard anything like this. I mean, this is serious this time. And I'll film the dash where the 8-track fits nicely. But of course, that'll be included in the main film. I just wanted to get across some exciting things that have happened in the last couple of weeks, and that it's not all going to be roadside chat. It's funny with YouTube because you can gain subscribers, then you can lose subscribers, because I'm a niche audience with Mk3s. A lot of my audience are expecting pure hardcore Mk3. That's good, and I've done that. I've done it in the past, I've done it recently, and we're still doing it, of course. However, I do like to put in a bit of fun and a bit of getting a bit of my personality across other than the Cortinas. Now, some people say, well, why don't you do a separate channel for that? It's a good idea, but we're going to have to come up with a name for it. Initially, I thought the Pete C Podcast, but is that too boring? The Pete C Podcast, would that be a good alternate channel? I don't know, for these chats, these impromptu chats, because I don't want to piss people off by them saying to me, "Oh, I thought this is a Cortina channel, now you're rambling on, you know, about stuff I don't really want to hear about." Some people do. Now, we'll have to see. We'll have to come up with a name for that channel. So we'll do that. So there's plenty going on. A new channel, the 8 tracks. The gearbox video, you'll love that gearbox video because it's mental. I'm upside down and I took the camera with a mag mount. This is the one that I use. This is great. This is high power magnet. And the camera just sticks on that. So what you do, shove it underneath the car as long as you've got an LED light under there, or LED light preferably, incandescent if no, but watch out for mains cables underneath the car, very dangerous. Stick that under the car with the DJI action camera. This is the camera that most of the films are done on. You're on a different camera today, but so we did that with a pan off the gearbox and it's all nicely filmed up. I'm quite made up with that video. I've just watched some of it back, made up with it. The Tina G goes on the Krypton machine as well in the up and coming films. I think you're about 2 weeks away from seeing it go on Krypton, and it does really well on the Krypton just in the corner there. So a lot's been happening at the city. It's a bit wobbly, isn't it? I'm going to leave the CB on just in the background, just to see if there's anybody out there. I'm also going to show you now this 8-track, okay? We'll do a little bit more chatting in a sec. First, have a close-up butchers of this and come and see how nicely the 8-track fits in Tina G. Here's Tina G. Here we are. Let me just show you that 8-track. It fits in so well. Just there, look. It's a perfect position when you're sat in the car. Let me sit in. It's a perfect operating position for it. Okay, I was really anxious, well not anxious, but I was like dubious about where you could fit it. I always wanted each car to have its own 8-track and them to all be matching. Okay, so I have got a set of matching, 4 of these all matching, will all be serviced. So it's great because your right hand, the best operating hand, mostly if you're right-handed anyway, it just slots in, you can read the title dead clearly, the controls are easy to get to. And on the GXL, your centre console can hold the tapes, it's just the right size. So that works well there, folks. So we've fitted that, we'll show you a few clips of that getting fitted. Okay, so it works nice. I've actually used just the line output of this and it feeds into my existing radio. So I'm using the amplifier on this radio. You can, obviously they're a standalone unit with their own amp, but I've found that by getting the line out, tapping in for the line out on this, you know, in other words, line out, you just tap into part of the amplifier, and this radio has a line input facility. So what I do, rather than use the amplifier from the 8-track, I use the amplifier that I've got on here on its line input setting. That just means I'm using the same volume control for everything rather than reaching across, because I suppose the only downside with this 8-track unit, and a lot of them, is it's left and right balance. So you find it, if you're pulling it up at traffic lights and you've been having it quite loud, you've got to turn both those down and set them just right. And because I'm on a monaural system with 2, along the left and right speakers, most of my sound comes from the middle and sort of project out, other than the tweeters, that I didn't find it necessary to have balance control as such. So I've wired mine slightly different, but I'm sure you'll agree it looks at home there. It really does look at home there. So that's good. I'm really pleased with that. I had to go on a bracket and it mounts to the metal dash. There is a little bit of wobble, but it doesn't rattle or anything, but there is a bit of suspension in that. It's not completely fixed, but that's just the nature of the bracket and the thinness of the dashboard material here. Okay, it's just the way it goes. So out we go from there, and we'll just do a final wrap to camera. This car is getting closer and closer. It's had the paint done. We'll talk you through that. Obviously you just saw me pull out the box, the new left-hand drive lamp units, which will be replacing our dip units. Sorry, there, because we are abroad, folks, for a long time. Right, back into the workshop for just this little mini video. I'm not going to edit it. I'm taking a bit of a chance for you folks out there. I'm not going to edit it, okay? I'll take you through one more little thing that I've been doing, and then we'll wrap. Okay, see you in a sec. Let me just get seated, comfortable and relaxed, and we'll have one last little chit chat. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little chit chat there. As you can see, I've got my hands full with this set of radios, so it's all going to be good fun. I do enjoy working on these. I love getting back to the tech stuff, and of course I love doing the mechanical stuff too, and there's plenty of it, as I've said, coming up. So we shall catch you in 10 days time back on Mk3 Cortina City. I'll have plenty of stuff. I'm taking some cameras out where I'm going, not going in the Cortina, but I'm going on a little bit of a research trip. And there's also, just before we go, talk of an abandoned Mk3 Cortina in a garage. You know I like that kind of stuff, and I am in a position, storage wise, to outdoor store a rescued car. Here's the plan. If we can find out where it is effectively, if Andy Lenz does his homework, we will be picking it up and we will be doing an inspection. You never know, I could just get it back on the road. If it's like anything like Papa, who knows? Worst case scenario, let's get the car, save it, and then advertise it and get it out to someone who's going to restore it, can give them a good assessment. That's if it's not beyond. If it's beyond, let's just video it and see where we go from there. There could be some parts for somebody on that car. Who knows? I've no idea. It's just a rumour at the moment that there's an abandoned Mk3. Okay, so plenty of stuff is on the way to Cortina City. And of course, as always, I've got to thank the super fankers and the patrons. Without patrons, we just wouldn't be able to prop it up. It's a big bucket with loads of holes in. I can't bung them all up. So YouTube, super thanks if you want. That is the best way of doing it. If you don't want to join Patreon, is just if you think a video is any good, it's a $5 super thanks. They soon add up. We do about £80 a month on YouTube. It ain't a lot. It ain't a lot. We get it to be a lot more when things are quiet. Anyway, I digress. Mk3 is signing out. Catch you in 10 days time for a 2-hour double bill special, getting Tina G's engine up and running. You'll see. Over and out, Mk3 Cortina City. Thanks for watching.
Get to the chopper! Run! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Run! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!